Hey, what's up guys, Nils here and welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm gonna show you how exactly I am doing my leveling process with the new update while this insane event that we have right now is still active. And as you have probably guessed by now, I have already started working on my genius units. Now obviously I've started from my Gilgamesh, which is the most important unit, and we are level 277 at this point. It goes pretty fast, pretty smooth up until this point. So once this man is done right here, we are gonna continue on with our Genius 3 Flaming Hero and do the same. Now here's the thing, where should we stop and why should we stop and what should we incubate while we are doing this? So real quick, I'm just gonna show you what I am currently incubating and how many days, and I'm gonna explain you the thought process of why I'm doing it, and hopefully you guys can do the same. Now the units might not be exactly the same that we have. You might have secrets instead of divines, it doesn't matter, but you will get the idea hopefully, and you can just follow by example. So right here, Flaming Hero, level 275. I incubated this guy for 2 days because basically 2 days later is when I am gonna incubate this guy. So this one is just gonna stay here and get 2 cheeky levels while we are gonna be working on our genius units. Now next incubator, XYZ, we have our here 275 red bat. So this guy I incubated actually for 6 days, and the reason for that being is this guy is gonna end up being fed into another unit to push it, and that would be this Gilgamesh. So we just straight ahead went up and incubated him. All of that XP that we store, it's a shiny divine, so we get the maximum amount of XP that we can possibly get, and this is the most value that you're gonna get. And moving on to the last incubator here, Flame City, we have our Endeavor, which I have went ahead and done only for 1 day. Now I'm gonna show you the reason why this one is only for 1 day, and I probably did a mistake of putting this one for 1 and the non-shiny for 2, which is obviously wrong. I should have put this one for 2 days and the other one for 1 day. So basically by tomorrow, when this incubator is done, I am gonna swap this guy with this Gilgamesh. So hopefully by tomorrow this guy is gonna be about level 281, I would assume, and it's probably where I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys why I stop where I stop and why I don't push further. So this one is gonna be level 276 tomorrow. Now I'm gonna pull up a leveling chart that my friend HVL has made a while ago. Now unfortunately the level chart stops at level 279, so we don't have a level 280 plus chart, but being said, we can kinda get the idea of how this goes. So as you can see right here, if you go all the way to the right side to the shiny divine category, and let's have a look at level 277, right? Or even let's take 276 for example. So 276 requires 17.5 for a level up, right? 17.55. So if we go ahead over to a normal divine, which is essentially half the HP requirements, 17.5 would be enough to get you past level 278, right? So essentially that one level equals to much higher on a divine that's non-shiny. Now guys, keep in mind that our divine is also with Genius 3, which means that Genius 3 cuts down the effective XP required by 50%. So if we were like to compare 17.5 amount of XP that we need for level 276 on our shiny divine, which we are currently incubating, and it's gonna be out tomorrow at 276. Like this 17.5 amounts of XP that we got here would be pretty much enough to get us up to level from 275. We would require 8 and 8.7 and 11.4, which is essentially 20 for these two levels. But if you cut that by half, that will mean that we require only 10 to get level 277 by manual fusing. So if you also take into account that the next level, which will be level 278, is 14.8 and divide that by half, it's basically the 7.4, the remaining 7.4 that level 276 shiny divine requires. So essentially what we did here is that instead of getting 1 level on a shiny divine, so that will be 7.5, we essentially got the same amount of XP, and from 275 we pushed our unit to 278. Now this is still a normal divine, it's not shiny, so plus that Genius 3, it's like literally 25% the XP required. You guys haven't made the mark by now, because it's half for the divine and then it's half for the Genius 3. So this means that we are probably gonna push this unit maybe even into level 282, because it's still gonna be worth. So as you can see, if we take the next level, for example, the next level is 22.82, level 277, 22.82. Now unfortunately the chart ends here, but as you can see, level 279 requires 19.2, which divided by half, because we have the Genius 3, would be pretty much a little bit less than 10, right? So as you can see, if we have a little bit less than 10, we still have a 12.8 deficit, and I would assume that it will be pretty much enough for about 80% of level 280. We unfortunately don't have the chart, as I said, but hopefully you guys are getting the idea. So basically the idea is, since this is so easy to level, we are gonna push this guy while we are incubating, and basically this is just pure maths, right? At the same time, these units are taking levels, so they are also getting higher level. And once we are gonna put this guy at level 281 into the incubator for 4 days, and it's gonna come out, we are gonna have pretty much 9 more days, guys, to push this guy to level 285, which is gonna be pretty much just enough, because remember, the first day is already going through right now. So if you do good management between what you level and what you incubate, you can literally get an entire team to 285. Now I know that this sounds a little bit too far stretched, but trust me guys, if you do proper management with what you level, or how much, if you do very good management with your leveling, when you level, when you stop, and when you incubate, you can get probably 5, maybe 6 units to 285 just by doing proper management. Now obviously the play is gonna be probably 4 divines and 3 leaders, something like that, unless you can get a 5th divine to max level, which is doable, as I said. So you're gonna see guys, by the end of this update you are gonna have some straight up insane teams, and that's primarily due to the fact that the level cap was only increased by 10, and even though I didn't have that many characters at levels 275 already, this Genius 3 that I have just allow me to do all of that stuff. So if you have Genius 3 units, just do it, and it's really good. Now the question that most of the people are gonna have, that are like, what am I doing, because I don't have your units, I don't have all of the resources that you have, etc. When do you stop? Now I think with this event, and if you have a couple of boosts in your inventories, which I assume a lot of you will, because a lot of you are gonna have probably 100k TT shards stacked after all of the trading fiesta that happened, you guys can, I would say, easily level to at least 277 and incubate them for 8 days. But yeah, I think 277 is within reach for divine fighters, for shiny secret fighters, maybe even level 288. So because if we go back to this list and we just have a look at the experience right here, you will see guys that it's, in reality, it's not that much of experience. Level 277 and level 278 require 10.6 as a divine, and no, excuse me, so level 277 requires 11.4 as a divine, and the shiny secret, which is barely more expensive, it's 12.1, and level 278 requires 14.8 and 15.8. so level 277 to 78, I would say 278 is more than achievable and within reach for a lot of you to do it on your strong units. Now as I said, if you have shiny divines, do not do this, it's probably overkill. So it's better even if you do the downfuse method, for example, if you have a Genius unit, just level up that Genius unit to probably 280, just like I am trying to do, or even 281, especially if it's not a divine. If it's a normal secret with Genius 3, you can level it so high that it's actually crazy. and then you can basically turn it into shiny. You can incubate the last couple of levels, like the last 3-4 levels, and then you feed it. This is actually called down fusion. That's what people call it. I didn't name it like that, but yeah, if you use this method of down fusing, you can get max level units even as a intermediate player. It doesn't like necessarily have to be for the high-end people. But anyway, this video is already 10 minutes long, so I'm just gonna shut up and end the video here. And hopefully you guys have understood the strategy and the techniques that I'm using. But I'm telling you, if you follow like these techniques, and if you are a little bit likely to get like Genius 3 units on your hands to work with, you can get an insane team, and you can literally get like a team with full of max level units. But anyway guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you guys all on the next one. Take care.